Welcome to Philosopher Insights, the podcast that delivers wisdom in minutes a day that you can put into practice daily and strive to master over a lifetime.
The podcast committed to sharing ideas that encourage you to bridge the gap between who you are today and the person you aspire to be in the future.
Hi, my name is Herb Lamba, and welcome to my podcast, where I will share practical insights from the world's best authors.
Knowledge isn't power. Applied knowledge is. The quest to become the best version of you starts right now.
Hey there, and welcome to another Philosopher Byte. Today, I'm excited to dive into the enchanting world of just 30%. Ever thought about the magic that lies in succeeding just 3 times out of every 10? It may not sound impressive to you at all, but trust me, today's episode is going to unveil the incredible power behind 30% and the willingness to fail more times than you succeed. As you know, if you're a baseball fan, Babe Ruth was his generation's great home run king. He hit a mind-boggling 714 home runs. But did you know that he struck out 1,330 times? If you do the math on that, that means he struck out almost 2 times more than he hit home runs. In a more recent feat, Aaron Judge smashed the single-season record with an impressive 62 home runs in 1 year. Now here's the kicker. Wondering how many times he struck out that same season? If you guessed more than 62, you'd be right. He struck out an incredible 175 times. Now, I'm sharing these stories with you to tell you this. Even the greatest athletes in the world of baseball strike out many more times than they hit home runs. Here's a quote from legendary baseball player Derek Jeter. He said, quote, "To be able to hit the game-winning home run, you have to be willing to strike out in the same batter's box," end quote. Now, the truth is that if you hit the ball 3 times out of 10, you're considered an all-star. 3 out of 10. That's 30%. That's far less than a student needs to get a passing grade in school. Let's now pivot to basketball, where the greatest players in the world face the challenge of hitting that game-winning shot. Michael Jordan, arguably the greatest basketball player in history, shares this amazing quote. Quote, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed," end quote. But why stop there? Let's dive into the stories of other remarkable people who faced strikeouts on their journey to success. Take J.K. Rowling, the creator of Harry Potter, who faced rejection after rejection from multiple publishers before becoming a literary sensation. Or Steve Jobs, who was ousted from the company he co-founded before returning to lead Apple to unprecedented success. Now how about Jack Canfield and Mark Victor Hansen, the original co-authors of Chicken Soup of the Soul? They took their books to 144 different publishers before one finally accepted it. Now the way you and I can apply this to our lives is we need to be willing to get back in the batter's box, step back on the court, or make another attempt at whatever it is we're trying to achieve. You struck out at exercising today? No problem. Step back in the batter's box tomorrow. Whatever it is you find yourself failing at, know that you don't need to hit perfection. So all that means is you get the chance to try again tomorrow. If you succeed 3 out of 10 times, you too may reach an all-star status at whatever you're trying to achieve. Go you. In fact, in Originals, University of Pennsylvania professor Adam Grant tells us, quote, "Whether you're generating or evaluating new ideas, the best you can do is measure success on the kind of yardstick that batters use in baseball," end quote. Now how about this quote? Quote, "In order to reach the Success Hall of Fame, you must be first willing to go through the Failure Hall of Fame," end quote. If you ask anyone who has reached great heights in their lives, you can be rest assured they were willing to fail their way to that position. Here's the truth. You and I need to be willing to do the same. Now here's the issue. Many people aren't ready to experience failure repeatedly to achieve success. Unfortunately, the situation is worsening as we now exist in a world seeking instant results. People tend to believe that if something doesn't work within a few months, it's deemed unsuccessful altogether. Now for me, entering the world of podcasting has been an eye-opener in that sense. As of this recording, there are approximately 3.2 million podcasts, with a whopping 44% having less than 3 episodes. If this doesn't shed light on the scarcity of resilience and persistence in today's society, I don't know what will. I am reminded of something I read in Angela Duckworth's great book, Grit. She says this, quote, "In fact, when people drop out of things, they do so for a reason. Actually, they do so for different reasons. Any of the following 4 thoughts might go through your head right before you quit what you're doing. I'm bored. The effort isn't worth it. This isn't important to me. I can't do this, so I might as well give up. End quote. Now let's reflect on a straightforward question we should all consider. What possibilities could unfold in our lives if we embrace the willingness to encounter failure repeatedly while maintaining the persistence to press on? Simply shifting the perspective to view each failure as a valuable lesson on the path to our objectives transforms our approach. Suddenly, failures become welcomed milestones on the journey, and we recognize their crucial role in paving the way to success. So that makes up today's Philosopher Byte. Strike out lately? Good. Step back up and be willing to strike out again. It's the gateway to a brighter tomorrow. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, stay curious and keep embracing the wonders of knowledge. Talk to you soon. You've been listening to Philosopher Insights with your host, Herb Lambert. If you enjoyed this episode and you'd like to support the podcast, please share it with others, post about it on social media, or leave a rating and review. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.